Matt, Rusty, Dan, happy Halloween.
That's right.
Happy Halloween.
You guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Well, you care if we start the Halloween party right this morning?
That's right.
Please do. Trick or treat.
Every morning at 8:45 Eastern, Option Omega's got your back. Troy's dreaming big like LeBron. Matt's back testing like a daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone. Option Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone. Yeah, where every move makes you feel less
I worked 95 hours on that.
I was going to say, Troy outdid himself. That was good.
Was the alien smoking the burnt end of the cigar at the end, though? Like, did
Yes, it
AI
was.
reverse the cigar
Yes, it
on
was.
that image?
That's how
That was
fast.
not AI. That was not AI.
That was Atlas
Was it?
Comet. That was the Atlas Comet, fellas.
You filmed that all in the last week, Troy.
Yeah.
Alien
Steadicam.
was real. We were
Yeah.
truly in a graveyard walking around. I was
Yeah.
phasing in and out of reality. It all happened.
Yeah.
Troy, can you give a recipe for that drink?
Yeah, that looks fascinating.
Yeah,
That was fascinating. Yeah.
yeah. Listen, I don't know anything about it. Listen, we're gonna jump straight in because we got a big day today. Guys, we're gonna return this morning to a special 0DTE rundown. Here's the 0DTE rundown. The market, if you have any positive vol, if you're long vol at all, the market has tricked you. Would you say that's correct, fellas?
Well, it was a good week.
Good
I
night
had
for
a lot-
now.
Good week for DCs, but yeah, overnight,
Overnight. Yeah.
a little rough.
What are we at right now?
VIX it's back to close to 16.
Futures were up 50 when I looked.
Yeah, VIX is at 1621.
And this was
Almost time to buy a bunch more puts.
there you go.
Reload.
Or as Troy says, that's what he says every day.
Friday.
Almost time to buy.
It's
It's a
Friday.
day for Troy. It's a day that
Friday.
ends in Y.
Yeah.
I looked at it last night. The problem, I didn't want to do it last night. Anytime you're thinking about buying tells at 12 o'clock at night, just don't do it.
Don't
Something's
do
gone wrong. Something
Wow.
too broken.
Yeah, just
Too much
go to
caffeine.
sleep.
Yeah, it's all good.
You might get
So,
another chance. I mean, VIX could dip into looks like it may dip into the 15s, high 15s, but it can. I mean, when you think about it, on what was it, October, 2 weeks ago, today we hit a high of 29 on October 17th, exactly 2 weeks ago. We hit a high of 28.99 in VIX. I mean, it closed at about 21 that day, but how quickly VIX can get going. I mean, you did get excited yesterday on calendars. I had some maybe 15 days out or different ones, and they, within hours, those things were up, 5, 6, 7%.
Yes.
But you're right. Today, what giveth and taketh.
Yes.
Today, a little bit come back.
yeah.
And
My hope is just for some reversion, honestly. Like with
Yeah.
VIX down, if you can get a little bit of reversion into Friday and
Yeah.
a little bit of VIX rise, that'd be okay. We still got some long dated DCs and stuff.
oh yeah, that's the key.
Well, VIX had been kind of sticky in a good way in the sense that
had.
we'd had some elevated, and I'll say this, the structure of VIX, right? The near-term VIX, and the easiest way if you have something like TradingView where you can put in tickers is if you just type in VIX 9-day over VIX, into the ticker box, it'll give you the ratio and it'll graph that over time.
Yeah.
And so that ratio, you want closer to 1, the better for things like double calendars, because it means that the shorts are going to go close to 0, but the longs will retain value. And so we had this great environment the last month or so, and it looks like we're getting tricked.
Listen, I feel like you just tried to demonstrate a modeling graph with your hands.
Oh,
The
that was,
wall-
that was, I don't know if you got
Troy,
that vibe.
is there a better way to do this?
Yes,
Is there
sir.
a better way to do this, Troy? To
Matt?
demonstrate a modeling graph than with your hands?
I don't think there is. Don't besmirch my hands, Matt.
No, some people are very
Chat,
good
would you
with their
like to see
hands.
a
man.
better way?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, that was kind of Dan, that's back in the pits. That was the original modeling, right? I mean, that was
Well,
the
modeling. I still,
Yeah.
a calendar or a butterfly,
That's
iron
right.
condor, or
I love that.
can't
Credit
get my elbow.
spread. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I love that. Well, listen, we have a treat for you guys. So let me take you on a journey real quick. And I'd say close your eyes and imagine, but I actually want you to watch it. So we have a treat for you. This, for you guys don't know, we have this Discord, and people who might be new to this, Option Omega is launched 3 years ago as a backtesting tool where you can research option strategies going back to 2013. And we were
27.
over,
20,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
and we were overwhelmed with the response, through the years. We built it for ourselves, and it kind of ballooned from there because people saw the need for more granular data, and we were happy to provide it. And we're happy to use it. We're not only presidents of the club, we're members also. But then earlier this year, we launched something that we'd been working on a long time called automation. And automation is where people had said, hey, I backtest all day. Is there a way that we could just automate these strategies that we backtest? We have confidence in the backtest, and we want to be able to, as seamlessly as possible, trade it. And so we launched that. It's been a wildly huge success, whatever grammar you want to use to describe that. I was homeschooled. In the midst of last year,
It's true.
I started working on a project. And this is a post from last year in our Discord where I said, we're working on our Christmas cards. And, people are like, that's cool. That's cool. But we had some stuff that we were working on, namely automation. Well, with the launch of automation, we've been able to kind of focus a little bit more. It's focusing with development, but I'm going to be straight honest because I also was looking through the Discord pass last night and found these gems. It's also the ability to focus by looking into yourself and being able to really go to the
Oh
song.
my goodness.
Wow.
Close
Oh
your
my
eyes.
goodness.
Wow.
So I want to just say mostly that this was due to the sauna. I mean, shout out Rusty and everything like that, but I would say the sauna probably helped us do this.
This
I
show's
was not-
getting
I
a
wasn't
this
ready for
episode's
this.
getting a content warning.
I'm
Troy.
not. Yeah.
wow.
this-
You should have gave a warning ahead of time. For
Yeah.
small
That's right.
kids or
The
whatever.
chat is
That's right.
reacting strongly to the picture.
It is what it is. So, but today we're very excited to announce that we are now officially in beta for modeling. And so, Rusty, can you speak to what a little treat happened last night to people who have automation subscriptions?
Yeah. So we pushed a change to make it live to where now anybody who has the trading tier gets the sneak preview beta version of the modeling tool, and it's built into all of your live trades, right? So you can either do an ad hoc model if you just want to say, what does a Microsoft earnings play look like? You can do that, or some weird esoteric pharmaceutical out there that has options. Or you can go into your live trade tab, click the little chart button that should be there, right? I push a little thing to make you refresh your screen if you haven't today, and you'll be able to see a live graph of how your trade's doing. With the Greeks, I mean, all the Greek, well, I don't know how far you want me to get on there, but anyway, you can, it'll give you the original price you paid to enter the trade, where it's at now, and all that kind of stuff. It's built in, it feeds the legs to it. So that's what's live now.
So, Rusty, I'm going to go through it real quick and just talk as I go here because
So that's
I'm not good at
Christmas tree,
talking.
clearly. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So what-
So when you click model, you create a new model, right?
Right.
And we are going to look at a couple different things. So because we live in a different world from most people, we're going to look at a DC. We are fans of double cows here on the show. We like Vega. So I'm going to just pick one. I'm going to pick a 29. Actually, I'm going to go the 75 strike. And I'm going to pick a, let's see here. It doesn't really matter. That strike, 69.25. Okay. I'm going to go out 21 days. And one thing you'll notice is that we highlighted for you the strikes. This tool was built, again, everything we build is for us. We eat our own dog food, as they say. And so this is one of the great annoyances that's always been there for me when modeling is I want to know what strike I selected already. We have that for you. Just a little nicety from your friends who also trade. Okay. So I've selected I've selected my strikes. So now what you're looking at is an at time version of where we're at. And Rusty, there's a couple lines on here. What are we looking at?
So first of all, you have in that solid dash, solid and dashed are usually exclusive. In the thicker dashed line, that's the P&L at expiration. Now, here's a caveat, right? It is theoretical because it's a DC, because you have a double calendar, because you have longs and shorts on different expirations. It's not like a credit spread where you know if you sell a $5 credit spread, your max profit is if it expires and you get $5 or $500 in that case. So we'll look at that in a second, but you've got your expiration P&L graph, and then you've got your current P&L, and then on top of that, you've got all these different options here. So the first thing you'll notice, there's a 2D and a 3D graph. There, I don't know, Troy. I mean, it's hard to talk while I don't have hands to click on a mouse. So
I love it.
Take it from here.
Yeah. So real quick to do the basic stuff. Let's say you want to look at what's happening, right? Well, there's the P&L through time. Okay. And pretty straightforward. You can zoom in and out to your heart's desire. You can both do it here in the chart. You can move it around. You can also adjust the range as you want from there or reset the range. Okay. So from there, you also can go and look. In this case, this is one of the cooler things we think we allow you to do. Implied volatility here is 13.5%. But actually, you have volatility for different legs and different strikes, different expirations. So what we're going to allow you to do is actually try to model out a DC realistically. So let's say, for instance, what do you want a DC to do? Theoretically, you want the vol to go down here and you want the Vega to go up here, right? That's kind of the dream for every DC's ever created, right? Well, we're going to allow you to test that. But we also want you to be able to look at the Greeks. I learned options largely by staring at charts because I'm not smart enough to just look at numbers all day. So I learned options by playing around with modeling tools and learning Greeks and seeing what Greeks do and looking at the shape of Greeks, because each Greek has a shape and a pattern. That's how math works, shapes and patterns. And so we allow you to look at delta, right? And most modeling tools stop here. You can maybe look at delta along with your P&L. But we want to be able to do other things. So if you want to look at delta and gamma together, we will allow you to do that, right? If you want to look at theta together, we want to do that. If you are high on cocaine and you want to look at Vega together, we want to do that.
Wow.
If you are on a bender, we can go row, van, and charm. We can do this all day. Now, here's the cool thing. This is fast. You can still use this and it work. Now, can you understand what's happening? Of course not. Not with all those.
Speak for yourself. Speak for
Yeah.
yourself. Troy.
Exactly. But for us mere mortals, it doesn't. To remove those, you can just click these and you're back to normal. Okay. So Rusty, Matt, Dan.
Show them the 3D. Show them the 3D.
3D. Show them the
Third.
3D with a bunch
Do
of
it.
lines too.
Well, no, that's kind of easy.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So here we go. If you've ever thought what's happening through time with in a 3D way, you can now visualize that, right? You can see as it's moving towards the P&L through time, what's going to happen. This is really useful for butterflies, I'll be honest, and any type of Vega time spread
Calipers. Yeah.
strategy. Yes, we have all kind of geeked out on that in the last couple months looking at that. So that's the initial thing we wanted to show you. Dan, you have been teaching people options for a long time. How important is modeling to you?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, it's to me, it is the missing link. You know, when you have a back testing is very important, and it's important to see that the strategies work and everything, but to really get it in your bloodstream. You know, I was having this conversation with Matt, I think a day or so ago, and he just said for him, and in Matt's experience, been trading a while, but he said the graphs have really kind of, what would you say, Matt? I'll let you say it in your words.
I mean, it gives another level of context to what I understood intuitively. And I used to model trades a lot. Then I got into automating and didn't model them as much. And especially for longer term things, and especially for time spreads, but even not just time spreads, just longer term trades in general, the value just is really high because it gives you a visual context and you can click one button straight from the automation platform. Because I don't know if people know this. This is in the automation platform now. Refresh your browser. And if you click the view chart button, that will bring up a model of your current trade that you have on.
Let's do it. Let's do it live.
Let's look at that. Do it live. So pay no attention to the DC that's down 41%. That's my problem.
That's not real. That's not.
That's surely a test server with fake. With
That's
fake
end of
data.
day pricing is what it was. Which
that's right.
Don't trust 415, 14.
Let's look at a trade that has done okay so far. So on your automation platform, it's that simple. If you want to see what your trade is doing, we now have this link here. It says view trade chart. We will show you in real time what you're doing, what it's doing. We will give you a live P&L graph for your strategy. That is immensely helpful to see how you're doing throughout the day. And honestly, if you want to learn options, I would argue using this with automation is one of the most powerful ways that you can learn options.
Troy, put theta on there. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. So
Woo!
You want to see what your theta is going to do? We'll highlight that for you here. And you can go through and see what's going to happen according to time, right? Yeah. Obviously, it's theoretical, but so are all options prices. So if one thing's theoretical, the other thing's theoretical. So this shows you how everything's working in relation to time. And again, the beauty of this is you don't have to take what you have, go plug it into another system. If it's live, you literally just click live. Let's do one that's I believe a QQQ. It works with any of the tickers, obviously, that we do in automation. But when you're modeling, you can use other tickers as well. Listen, people have wanted to look at RUT stuff. Go ham. Look at the RUT stuff, right? If you want to.
You're bearing another important note about this, Troy. You want to talk about the tickers, or you want me to talk about the tickers?
I think Rusty and Matt should talk about tickers all day long.
All right, let's talk about it. So as you know, in backtesting automation, we have 6 tickers. We've spent a lot of time talking about why and what. Modeling is not that way. So Troy, what tickers do we have in modeling? How many tickers are there in modeling?
Great question, Matt. Rusty?
We're just going to pass this potato around. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say every single stock, but you can model. If you want to model a ticker, it's probably in model.
Stocks, ETF, or stocks, ETFs, indices.
If they've got options. I mean, it's not limited. Here's the thing. It's not limited to 6 tickers.
It's not limited to highly liquid, right? Why? Because, listen,
it's
if
modeling.
you just want to do a one lot on an earnings play on, again, some weird ticker, go at it, right? And then manually do it. It may not be great for back testing. You may not be able to back test something like that, which is fine. but you can certainly look at the trade and say, hey, I think this has a pretty good chance of being a decent trade based on the Greeks or based on price action or whatever. And that's why we did it. It's a
Yes.
different world. Modeling a single trade is very different than backtesting
Right.
1,000
Then
trades.
getting high confidence. And so if UPS just had earnings, if you want to model a UPS earnings play, UPS is in there.
Yeah.
Right.
And
If you like,
Yeah.
if there's a company that you trade options on, you can probably model it. So if anybody has a ticker they want us to check, just let us know, but it's probably in there. So
Yeah.
modeling works a little different. And another question, I don't know, are you guys ready to do some Q&A? We've had a couple questions, or do you want
Well,
to show
let's
a few
do-
more things?
Let's do one more thing real quick, because I know,
Yeah.
I know, and then we'll talk Q&A and things like that. So this is a beta. We're in beta now, right?
Yeah.
We have not officially launched this, but this is how it's going to go. I'm going to go ahead and say how this is going to work so everybody knows, because we want to be upfront about this. This will be a separate product from backtesting. So you will not have it in backtesting. If you have the automation subscription, you have this and backtesting and automation rolled into one.
And Troy,
So-
what does that do to the price of automation?
Nothing. It's included for free.
Exactly. So
That's exactly
this
right.
is part of
Yeah.
if you have automation, you've
You get it
got
for
this
free.
already. Refresh your browser. There you go.
And let me just say this. If you have kind of thought about automation, you've been thinking about it, we are not the people that are just good. We're not QVC. We're not going to sit here and be like, and only for this price, we're engineers and traders and things like that. We're not trying to sell you on stuff that we don't think is valuable. Let me go ahead and say this, having ran this for a couple months and having taught some options traders over the last couple months who are completely new to options. If you're thinking about doing automation, do automation. Okay. And if you think to yourself, I don't know if I have big boy enough capital to do that yet, it's actually, it's better sometimes to not start with a bunch of money. You don't have to have a crazy amount of capital. We've been doing small account challenge stuff for months now. We're going to be increasingly doing small account challenge stuff over the next couple months. I have seen people start and get used to trusting a backtest, and because they're trusted backtest, get used to learning to lose a little bit through the automation platform. It removes the emotion from you. And with this tool now, it allows you to learn the Greeks as in real time because you have skin in the game. Let's say you have a QSDC on it. You have skin in the game now, and now those Greeks matter a little bit more to you. You're going to pay a little bit more attention to it.
Yeah.
And so the question is, how do you do it? How do you sign up for automation? Well, Troy last night learned how to do this, baby. Happy Halloween, everybody. We've got a ticker at the bottom live going right now.
I
So
love it.
Rusty, I think if you go to the website right now,
Yep.
We have a little banner at the top to say get 35% off. That ends this weekend. That's a little Halloween treat to get you guys started. If you're excited about modeling and you want to know, you want to know more about automation, you want to take the step, you've been back testing, but you just haven't pulled the trigger. We want to help you pull the trigger a little bit. So Rusty, that's live, right? We can just go to the website.
It is live. Yeah. If you go there now, you can sign up. You get 35% off your first year of the platform.
Troy, can I say one thing real quick on the modeling?
Please.
Having, and I think everybody knows my shortcomings and anything related to computers and stuff. I got this maybe about a week ago. I've been working on the live tool, and I picked it up within 24 hours with not a lot of teaching from Troy and Matt. I mean, they were there to answer questions. You say, what does that mean? It's dummy proof. I mean, it's very user friendly. I've used probably every modeling tool out there over the last 20 years, from Thinkorswim at the beginning to Tasty Trick, and those are all good models. But what I like about this is tremendous learning tool. I mean, the speed of, and whether you're doing 2 day, obviously modeling can be a little challenging as you get 1 day or 2 days from expiration, but it doesn't mean the modeling isn't good, right? It means that you need to focus on certain Greeks more. If you're 2 days from expiration, delta and gamma are king, right? If you're 9 to 14 days out, volatility comes alive, right? And so for me, I like the quickness. I like the scrolling that you can go, and Troy demonstrated that you can go into the from one day to the next like this. The fact that it's on, this is your live trade in automation, and you see your graph. For me, I've always thought, how they do volatility, like at Thinkorswim or some of these, for me, in a lot of ways, I didn't really use the volatility stuff because, they would drop, okay, if you're going to lower the volatility 2%, it lowers it in both options. Well, that doesn't happen in the real world. Theoretical Greeks are much different than actual Greeks. And the fact that you have the individual options there and you can play with that, that is reality, right? So this is, it's quick. I like again, I like it with the graph, but I think the reality is you can come closer to analyzing a position. And I always get scared for people that, okay, Dan, I back tested this strategy and it works. Do you understand it? Do you understand exactly what it is? And here I think it's going to, for those of you who might say, Dan, I was a intermediate trader or a beginner, I think it pulls you up a couple spots. I mean, honestly, I mean, this is, for me, is good. I think the best modeling tool, because again, why I like it is it's quick. It's quick, it's accurate, it's easy to understand, but I like it's so important to go over. I'm not ready to go into a 3D yet. My brain doesn't, I think it's very helpful, but I like in there to, okay, price, click delta. How does your deltas change? Next, or delta and gamma go together. I could look at those together. Look at theta over time. And I just think in a short period for beginners, especially, I mean, this really kicks it up a little bit. And so I really like it. I've been using it for a whole week. I've done a few videos on it already, and I'll continue to, because it's very helpful. So I appreciate what you guys have done with this thing. With the modeling thing.
With this thing.
I like the thing that you guys.
I love it. I love it.
Me and my brother Vinny are using this. I like what you guys have done to this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just it's exciting to see something that extremely user friendly. But where I said everything with Options Omega is because what makes Options Omega, it's a great tool. But when you have three people, what's unusual about it is when you have three people that are very, very active traders, you're always staying in reality, right? There's no, you're doing this for yourselves, and that's the best thing. And so for me, it's exciting, that tool. And I think, give it a shot. Anybody out there, I'd encourage you. I have not found a modeling tool is user friendly and accurate. And I just think from the learning tool, I mean, yes, you can see your graph and everything, but I do think it's going to up your game tremendously, in my opinion.
Well, I appreciate it. Rusty's been making fun of me for a couple months now because I told him earlier this spring, Rusty and I were devs for a long time together. Rusty's the architect. If there ever was literally a coal miner, digital coal miner, it'd be me. Rusty's at least in the trailer above ground, like sending the orders. But listen,
I'm riding around that cart, baby.
I've told people I told him in a moment of vulnerability that he immediately made fun of.
And haven't stopped since.
Yeah, that's right. This is my magnum opus. Because here's the thing. We all know, like, again, this is how people learn. We're not rocket scientists.
Yep.
You have to learn Greeks by looking at models and charts. And so it's been crazy to me as an options trader through the years to see how bad modeling tools are. It's borderline offensive to me at this point with the tools we have available to build stuff. I understand there's some weird things with modeling that what we thought was going to be maybe one of the easier projects we ever had has some weird complexities to it. So I understand why people don't do it. But I will say, I mean, to the point, the whole point of this is that we trade. Like, I look at charts still, I look at models and things like that. And so if you've ever thought to yourself, like, there has to be a better way to learn this stuff, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so,
and I would say this, we talk about risk management a lot, right? And so you might be watching this and you might be thinking of DCs, and maybe you're feeling frisky and you're like, I don't need the rails. Get on there. Do me a favor. Get on the DC, model, and then zoom out. You can do it with your mouse wheel. Troy did a great job. All credit to him for a very slick looking UI and functionality of it. But zoom out and look what happens if you go way past, right? If you get delted out top side or bottom side, look, it's going to go negative. I mean, you're going to lose more than you actually originally paid for it. You can lose more than 100% on a DC if you let it go 500 points in the money or something silly, right? Or if you tell yourself, I'm going to ride this thing into the sun and let it expire no matter what, with no tint sag. Again, you want to know what's happening today. This week we talked about it. Take the daggum volatility slider. There we go, Troy. And move that sucker. No. Just do the whole thing. You can even do it easily. Just literally move it. Look at that. You're swimming in a sea of blood, right? The shark, the whale, it's underwater, whatever. The little crustaceans are feeding off its body. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. The point is that it's not happy, right? And so go reset that IV, hit the little reset button there. And like you don't want it to go super far in the money. Look at all that. Look at those murky waters to the left and the right. You want to stay on the green island.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well, and it's going to make you a better, to me, it's going to make you a much better back tester to find good strategies, because, and not just good strategies, but as Rusty said to me, the most important thing is the risk management. And you can see, like in any double calendar, like here, once you start going past the shorts,
yes,
you can get wounded, right? And the other thing is how quick you get past the shorts, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's the thing why I like that slider on the left. That would be probably my favorite tool, because it's not, you can learn at a much more rapid pace. I've never seen anything that quick, but to me, it's that slider. And then the fact that I could look at each of these variables, gamma and delta versus price movement over time, vega and price movement over time, and then theta. If you do that and give your, and again, what's nice is you can do it in about 3 minutes. You can go through it pretty quick, and then you go back to the back testing, kind of back and forth, and you can see, wait a second, I'm not prepared if we go past the short strikes, or if it sags in the middle. So I just think it's very helpful as a learning tool.
One thing I forgot to say real quick. We have two ways to do this, because we'll get questions, obviously. Because this is designed for traders by traders, we're not going to pigeonhole you. Rusty and I had a lot of talks early on about this. We're using the same format we did with the legs early on. So if you want to change something real quick, just change it. If you want to do some crazy crap, just change it, right? If you want to turn this into a condor, change it. Whatever you want to do. If you want to go long, if you want to ratio this, do it. It's fine.
What the heck?
But
look at that.
Don't worry about
That's like the pumpkin trade. That was a
right.
Halloween trade right there. It looked like it's
so people use that. I'm a chain guy. I like looking at the chain. So we're going to open up the chain for you, both of these that you have open, and you can adjust from there. There's two ways to do it, basically. Just do it from the chain, do it from right down here. We don't care. It's up to you. So
one other thing we didn't mention, Troy, too, is you can save these models, right?
Yes.
So see where, if you're messing around with this, go ahead and hit that, because I don't know, call it trick or treat. I don't know what you want to call it, but if you type something in and save it, you can share it with other people, right, who have an OO modeling subscription. So if you want to say, hey, I'm thinking about this play or that play, you can share something. So,
and Rusty, real quick, just so we can explain this, what's that starting price mean?
That was the original price you paid for. If it's negative, obviously it's a debit, it's coming out of your account. Otherwise, you got a credit for it. So that's, I think we did this because it's a teaching tool and we don't want to confuse people. That's not the premium value, but the premium times the number of options, right? So that's 100. So that, it's 39. I can't see my eyes.
39.50 debit.
39.50 debit, which ends up being $4K almost in actual dollars that you would pay for a one lot of this trade.
Yeah. You can also share it with other people.
Yeah.
So that's have fun, share them, go crazy. So let's get to some questions while we have time. A couple minutes left.
I will say, for the people asking about European stuff, I think Matt since you're the compliance officer and business expert, isn't it the case where like we have plenty of EU users that are using Tradier
Oh, if
and
people
Taste
people
both.
asking about, okay, this is,
Sometimes they're in France.
I don't want to talk about this too much because it's off the rails. People are asking about broker availability in Europe. We have, yeah, you can use brokers in Europe. A lot of them, you have to go to them. They can't come to you. So if you want to talk about that more, jump on our Discord.
There's
But
plenty of people doing that.
yeah, so to give you a, like kind of a use case for the modeling tool, Troy just showed that you can create a model and share the model, and you can do something like, Troy, hop back into that. Well, if people want to drop questions, we'll give you an opportunity to that. Create a new model for me, Troy. Unless this is hypothetical, this is not one I did, but just go to UPS. For example, this is a company that a lot of people have heard of. And let's say I was bullish UPS, and before earnings, I bought a, let's say again, hypothetically, I bought an 80 strike, 2028 leap, Troy, and I paid $7.65. Could we model that out? So Troy goes to the option chain. There it is. You could model that out. You could view the chart. And you could save that model, and then you could track this into the future, and you could adjust what you paid. So if you paid $7, again, this is hypothetical. I didn't really buy this call, but hypothetically, you could enter your starting price and then track that every day. This is really simple, but if you wanted to model modifying this, you could add a leg to it. You could turn this into a debit spread. You could turn it into a free fly. You could turn it into a poor man's covered call. So right. You know, you can really do a lot of things. And to Troy's point, he's iterating on this. Yeah, that's an extremely close, deep in the money, poor man's covered call that you might get your shares called away, but whatever. We're in UPS land. So anyway, yeah, jump on the Discord. If you don't know how to get to our Discord, just go to optionomega.com, and there's an icon in the upper right-hand corner. Click on the Discord. We have a 1-minute video showing you how to do that if you need to. But
so other questions. We wanted to look at specific questions. Some of these, no, this is not Troy's. Never mind, I'm going to say it out loud.
DM me.
Yeah. So the way that this works, just to reiterate, it's built into the automation tier. It'll be a separate add-on product for the backtesting tier, or even available just as its own product.
Yeah.
If all you're interested in is modeling.
And that'll be out this year. And
that'll be out soon.
We'll say this year, but soon.
Very soon.
The there will be a boot camp. People love our docs. I guess somebody asked, when are the docs coming out? Thank you. The document department appreciates that.
Big fans of that.
The docs and the boot camp will be out when the release is out. So, you know, we're within 8 weeks of the end of the year. But honestly, this is somebody who enjoys making documentation. There's not much needed for this. This is very intuitive. We will have something. It will be out on broad release. That broad release will be by the end of the year. Yeah. And you can subscribe to this by itself. You can subscribe to this with the backtesting sub only. If you have automation already includes it. So
another good question here. Can I watch or replay the model for the duration of the automated trade? Yes. That's absolutely the case. I mean, that's what I do, right? I've been trying to learn DCs even better. Like, what's a bad setup? Like, I'll do that sometimes. I'll open let's say I open a double calendar on a Friday that lasts about a week. I'll open it on Friday, kind of look at it right as it's about to open. After it opens, kind of look at it like, oh man, it kind of looks stinky. You know, look at the Greeks. And then, yeah, you can continue Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, until it closes. You can continue to look at the Greeks. They'll change over time, right? The IV is going to change over time. All that stuff's going to change. And so you can continue to, while the trade is going on for that life. So as soon as you put it on, you can watch for the duration of the trade until it
right. Yeah. This isn't, you can't go back and model a trade. Somebody asked if you could go back and model a trade from the past. No, this is for trades that are going on right now.
It's live data.
Right. It's live
historic
data. Yes, to clarify.
We have a historic data tool. It's called the backtester. You know, people asked about building in. Yeah, we may build in some tool. Like, there's a good chance we would like to build this in with the backtest, right? So if you have a backtested strategy, what would that look like if you put it on right now, right? Things like that. We want a deep integration with the entire tool set. We'll get there. That's why this is a sneak preview beta. We wanted to get it. It's most useful for live trades, right? But we want to build it into the entire suite, obviously.
What if someone has an idea and hey, I don't know about this trade. I
That's
haven't
right.
traded it. Trade it, put it on today, right? Save it, and you can follow it through, right, for the next week and see how the Greeks and everything moves. Hey, I like it. It looks good. Then you can put it on live. So it's
right.
You know, it's the best way of back testing because you're putting it on today as if it's a live trade, except there's no money in it, but you're following it so you could see how it moves, right? I mean, so it's
right.
To me, it's not a, you know.
This is, listen, we're running up against the bell. This is probably the most important question to finish on, I would think.
Yeah,
what candy are you hoping to get the most of trick-or-treating? And I'll just start out and give the right answer. And that's anything in the Reese's family. Anything in the Reese's family is the answer.
We have to each answer. Yeah. What
so yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Troy, Dan, what do you think?
Yeah. I want to say one thing when you're talking about those docs, right?
Yeah.
In the boot camp. But I'm telling you on this, and again, from a lughead on these tools, you can pick this. If you even watch somebody do a 20-minute video on this or whatever, just from what Troy went over there, you can pick this up. I picked this up pretty quick on these things. I mean, there's some things, couple things that Troy went over today. I'm like, okay, I didn't get that. But this is, I mean, as user-friendly as I've ever seen anything. So, you know, if you use this, I challenge you this, right? I won't promise Portillo's Italian beefs, but if you give yourself an hour playing with this and going over it, and you have trouble with it, I'd be a little bit, you know, shocked. As long as you maybe watched Troy or one of us go over it for 5-10 minutes, it is really user friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to get you guys to answer this candy question. There is one other thing that Rusty or I can talk about, which is the
data refreshes. The data refreshes constantly. Just say that. Like it's not every tick. It's more than every 10 seconds. It's like every 5 seconds. So people asked about, is IV updating? Yeah, we're getting live IV, live prices. It's all live data. The underlying price is live. Everything's live and refreshed every few seconds.
Yeah. So if you want to develop a bad habit and sit there and click a model of your automation trades. I'm not saying I'm developing this habit, but I'm just saying I did test it out. You can click the model, watch your automated trades, and watch the graph update every 8 seconds or whatever. You can do that. The automation platform is still once a minute.
It's a good idea if you're learning.
Yes.
To answer the question, whatever has the most razor blades in it. All right, everybody, listen. Wow. Happy Friday.
Jeepers.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Don't play the Halloween.
The sadder answer. Dan's got to give his candy answer real quick, though.
Yeah.
I know the market's
Baby Ruth's. Baby Ruth's.
Oh, great choice.
That's
and then my answer is
kale.
My pancreas is dead, and I don't eat candy.
Rusty's answer is a Grillo's pickle. Is the best candy.
I have type 1 diabetes since I was 12.
And don't
end on that note.
And don't hold it against us. All right, everybody. Have a great trading day. We will see you guys soon.